What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So what we got on the agenda for today is we're actually going to be installing a motorsport hardware wheel stud conversion kit on the E36 M3. If you're unfamiliar, all BMWs come with lug bolts instead of lug nuts and wheel studs, and it makes taking the wheels off anytime you do it just kind of a pain. I personally work for a dealership and have been working for a dealership for the past decade now that does not have lug bolts. They have lug nuts and wheel studs, and it's just way more convenient and easy to be able to set your wheel, or let your wheel hang rather. And you know, if you ever need to step away from the car, or if you're just trying to put the wheel back on, you don't have to worry about trying to line the holes up or anything. So I bought this kit. I picked it up from FCP Euro for about $160. It came with everything you need, the wheel studs, the lug nuts, and Loctite. And I'll show you guys how to install them in the car and how to properly torque them, because you can't really torque them the way you'd think. And then, yeah, by the end of it, we could do away with the lug bolts that the car came with. So with that, let's hop right into it. Here we have a couple of them off the car from one corner, and I want to show you the main difference between the two. This is the OEM lug bolt, and then this is the wheel stud and lug nut conversion. Now, the main reason why people do these is because if you plan on running wheel spacers for whatever reason, if you're installing different wheels and you're trying to get the right offset, or you just need them to clear maybe your brake caliper, which in my case, I'll need them for the wheels I'm planning to put on the car. Feel free to stick around if you want to see that at the end of the video. But anyways, these, if you run wheel spacers, pretty much any size wheel spacers, you're not going to have enough threads left into the hub itself to safely drive it like that. And so what this allows you to do is run wheel spacers and not have to worry about not having enough threads to hold the wheel to the car. And that is one reason why I am doing this conversion, but like I said at the beginning of the video, it's also just more convenient. It's way more easy to not have to worry about the wheel falling off of the hub whenever you take the lug bolts out. As you saw when I was taking them out, when you take the last one out, I kind of have to hold the wheel to the hub, otherwise I risk that falling off and either causing damage to the brake dust shield down there or to the wheel itself. So but yeah, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start installing these. I'm going to walk you through the process of how to properly torque them, and then when we're all done, we'll get this on the ground, pull it out of the garage, turn it around, and get the other side going. So yeah, here we go. All right, so here we are at the driver's rear wheel hub, and this is the wheel stud that we're installing. Now if you look at the end here, this is just like a 5mm hex socket or Allen key, but this is not where you want to torque it from. This is pretty much exclusively for threading this into the hub itself. What you want to do after that is what's called the jam nut method. I'll show you in a second, but I'm going to apply some thread lock first. When you buy this kit, it comes with this thread lock, so I highly suggest using it. We're just going to put a couple drops on the end, get it going until it maxes out, and then I'll show you how to properly torque it. So here we go. Just a couple of drops on there. Nothing crazy. And then we'll get our Allen key. And we're pretty much just going to thread this in until we can't go any further. Just like that. There. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of the lug nuts that came in the kit. Ideally, I would have different lug nuts so I don't risk messing these up, but this is all I have. But what you're going to want to do is put the first one on backwards, just like this. Go in kind of far, and then start screwing this one on. And then what you're going to do is go until you can't go anymore. And then on the back one, we're going to loosen it while we tighten the front one, and you're gonna jam these together, and then you're gonna be able to put a socket on here and properly torque this down to spec. So remember, we're loosening the back one while tightening the front one. And you don't need to go very crazy, just enough. Now they're jammed together. We're gonna set this to 25 foot-pounds. That's what it says on FCP Euro. All right, 25 foot-pounds. And hopefully, if everything goes right, like that, right? That's what you want to see right there. So now we can go ahead and install the other 4 and then move on to the other driver's front wheel hub, and then we'll again do the other side. But it's pretty much exactly the same for all of them. And then you'll just, to loosen these, you'll instead loosen this one while tightening the back one, and then you can pull the nuts off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these and then get the fronts done, and then we'll get to the other side of the car. All right, that about does it for today. Super easy install. One thing to note, I kind of learned this along the way, but those jam nuts, the method I was telling you guys about, you're gonna want them to be a little tighter than you think. Otherwise, they'll both end up spinning together and you won't be able to torque them properly. But just tighten them up more than you think, and then just break them loose. Really easy, but yeah, really easy one today. And I think, you know, the juice was worth the squeeze on this one. Having wheel studs and lug nuts is way better in my opinion than lug bolts. I don't like them at all, and this is, you know, one of the first mods I do to all of my BMWs just because of how often I have the wheels off and on. But yeah, really easy one today. If you stuck around to this point in the video, I'm going to show you guys a couple teaser clips of the wheels to come for the car. I don't know when they're going on, but I've had them for a while. If you haven't been subscribed to the channel for a little bit, I did do an entire video on these wheels, but I'll show them right now. I appreciate you sticking around. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.